Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
Good Friday morning, Trinidad and Tobago, running into your brand new day. Today, Friday, the 27th of June, 2025. Jason Williams, I'm signing on, and it is an action-packed Friday. Lots of conversations, interviews, and highlights ahead. A couple of major showcases and activations taking place. So we'll get into that definitely later on. Let's, as per usual, go through the news cycle. So much to unpack this morning on the front page and back page, but that's where we start via today's front page, The Guardian, on this Friday, the 27th of June, 2025. And this is such a good look. Ready to rise, all smiles, the future of Trinidad and Tobago, the young people. It's graduation season, and everyone is coming out nice and sharp from primary to secondary, to those who would have done the A-levels. We're sending them off in style, and even yours truly took part in a beautiful ceremony last week. This is the Dow Village Primary School, and this transpired down at the UTT Point Lisas campus in Couva. My particular theme was a new beginning, and just giving the young people a chance to understand the importance of embracing the moment, embracing the now, not trying to rush into the life. Enjoy your youth, enjoy your childhood, be adventurous when it comes to the different activities at school, try to take part in every extracurricular, and find your passion and find your purpose. Try to find it early. Very receptive audience, beautiful in terms of the feedback from the principal, the school supervisor was in attendance, the counselor was in attendance, and it was a packed hall with parents. So you could tell a school like Dow Village, and of course the front page that we're seeing this morning on The Guardian, you could go to a school and you could tell when all hands are on deck, and when the school itself is more than just a school, it's a community, or in the case of Dow Village, a village raising the school, paying particular attention. Obviously, people live in close proximity to the school, so everybody will kind of, even though they might go off to different secondary schools, there will still be that particular connection. And that's the same advice I want to tell to the students here at the Santa Rosa Government Primary. You know, enjoy the moment, embrace the now, celebrate your wins, learn from the losses. It's never a loss, it's always a lesson. And make the most of your secondary school journey. Speak up too if you see injustice, or if injustice comes your way. And most importantly, do not be the one to bring injustice to anyone. You see the bullying, you see the advantage, the assault, the taxing. We recognize in this year time, under this administration, under the new commissioner of police, it's almost zero tolerance. They come in with what seems to be an iron fist. So our young people need to be very careful, and more so the parents. We need to hold our charges up. You know, we need to be accountable for ourselves and also accountable for the youngsters, and set the law at home and let them know that that kind of behavior will not be tolerated, because clearly it's going to be lots of headache, not only for the child, but also for you, the parent. So again, fresh faces, lots of potential, and we want to wish the students here of the Santa Rosa Government Primary the very best. I believe this was the same school back on June 10th, where it had that controversy. I think this is the same school where the man had slipped through the fence. I want to go back into the story because I got so upset. And I believe actually there is a follow-up on that particular development here in The Guardian. It's actually on page 6. The officers, TTPS, they address the security risk. Yeah, it's the same school, Santa Rosa Primary. All right, let me make sure, yeah, Santa Rosa Primary School. So what they're saying, remember, somebody slipped through the fence, right? The whole scenario, and pretending to be an OJT staff member and trying to, unfortunately, assault the students. Well, they made a noise and he had to make a escape, and they're doing the assessment and trying to put the repairs in place and ensure that this never takes place again, whether it's Santa Rosa or any other school. And I just find it's unfortunate that they find this person as yet. This is where you need to have all hands on deck, pull all cameras, and yeah. Anyway, let me hold a pause there, because that story had me, I won't lie, I was very disturbed. What also has got me disturbed this morning, you see the story where the two bodies of the ladies found in a shallow grave, and we're hearing it's, well, so far from all investigations, the preliminary investigation, it might be the bodies of two Hispanic women. I find it really unfortunate how we treat with our Venezuelan neighbors. Yes, many are here for a better life. Okay, the circumstance in Venezuela, we know it was one, especially when many would have come across the border, it was dire straits. And they're trying to obviously integrate and be part of the community, and many have done so. You know, this movement between Trinidad and Venezuela is not a recent phenomenon. This has been going on for, well, I don't want to say centuries, but clearly more than a century. Because when I look at my own family structure, my great-grandmom, you know, she would have crossed the border too and coming from Venezuela. So that's also part of my existence. And if many examine their own family tree, you'll recognize that Venezuela, Grenada, St. Vincent, Guyana, St. Lucia, all these places are part of our ancestry, our great-grandfather, our great-grandmother. Somebody would have come from somewhere. So Trinidad and Tobago, just like the US, it's a place where it's always been a kind of start-over spot, a place where people see as a land of potential, a land where you could literally, in your lifetime, climb up the ladder and catch your length. And I find the way we treat with the Venezuelan men, the Venezuelan women, it leaves much to be desired. And I think we need to take serious stock of ourselves, Trinidad and Tobago. This is unacceptable. And what kind of message will this send to the Venezuelan community who work with us, work alongside us, who serve us in so many cases? And this is not nice. And it's going to just keep this kind of underbelly of mistrust and it's unfortunate. And let me tell you, when the Venezuelans, who I suspect and I predict, catch their length and become an economic force in this country, well, all those who would have taken advantage, well, I'm telling you, from now, they themselves might, if they move harsh, how you could get vexed. So this story here on page 6, I saw it in the news last evening. They got tremendous horrors when I heard and I saw the developments. If you want to read more, that development here on page 6. Of course, on the Wassa side of things, that's on page 5. That continues to be a kind of back and forth. But at least for now, the acting CEO and the executives, they have promised, they have made the commitment, no more job cuts at the utility. Also, today in Parliament, a bill targeting Stuart Young's pension to be debated today. That story on page 7. A couple other stories grabbing my attention. Let me hit this one really fast here, producer, because it's a real quick story I wanted to touch on, where they put a ban on the goats grazing at a facility there. That's Hardial Park in Macoya. So a judge bars goats from grazing at the park. This has been going on for apparently 9 years. And I also want to ask the regional corporations to put in a request so that people don't put no goat in no burial grounds. For the life of me, I find it's a total disrespect that people put goat tight on people's tombstone and have goat grazing in a burial ground. Granted, people don't go in a burial ground really and truly, but still, there must be a certain respect, man. We say death with dignity. And there must be a respect for those who are laying, you know, let them rest in peace now. Goat and cow and all. You know, I talk about that all the time, right? So I'll stick a pause because it gets me extremely upset, and I find we need to move up as a country when it comes to that. We can't continuously go on with this when they're dead attitude. But anyway, we're not dead in the cricket, alive and well, even though some dubious scores yesterday. We still seem to be, at least for now, in charge. We were able to get up to about 190, just a few runs ahead of Australia. And when the game came to an end yesterday, on the second day, we had Australia about 4 wickets, 92 runs on the board. If we continue really good with the ball today, we just need to focus on the target, whatever the target is. But I sincerely believe we can win this first test in Barbados. So let's go West Indies. As mentioned, action-packed program, so immediately I go to the brief this morning. Local aviator pays tribute to pilot who died in the Air India crash. It's a really heartfelt story. And I'm seeing Move to the Rhythm. Some dancers here performing at the Sanfest Bowl last Sunday. Always a cultural showcase, never a dull moment in Trinidad and Tobago. Beautiful space indeed. Let's get ready for the first conversation. And in that regard, we touch base. You know, the TTPS social welfare election takes place on Monday. And one of the teams, Team Equity, they're going to join me this morning to lay out their mandate for the social welfare and their colleagues in the TTPS. See you soon.
Are you ready to innovate, create, and lead? Welcome to Innovation Nation 2025, where big ideas turn into real-world solutions. This is your time to shine. Join Innovation Nation 2025 and shape the future one idea at a time. Registration ends Wednesday, June 30th.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
Thunderwal, powering industry, fueling progress. Reliable fuel pumps, meters and nozzles. From dock to deck, marine tools, hoses, PPE and fittings. Hydraulic, automotive and food-grade oils and lubricants. For all your manufacturing needs. Pallet jacks, intrinsically safe tools and more. Browse live stock and prices on our website at www.vanderwailtt.com. Visit us today.
Visit Tire Clinic Marketing, New Truck and OTR Tire Service Center at number 30 and 32 Montrose Main Road, Chabonas. Call today at 665-8973 or 672-3419. Alignment services available. Tire Clinic Marketing, Truck and OTR Service Center. A tire for every need.
Welcome to Caribbean Beauty Convention 2025. This is the first Caribbean Beauty Convention hosted in Trinidad. Join us for 2 days of exclusive and expert insights into the beauty industry in skin, makeup, nails, and hair. Hosted at the Center of Excellence, Mokoya. Caribbean Beauty Convention, 29th and 30th of June 2025.
Feeling drained? Struggling to keep up? It's time to take control of your wellness. On this episode of Wellness Unlocked, we're diving into the key nutrients your body needs for all-day energy and balance. With 100% or more of your daily essential vitamins, plus added chromium to support healthy blood sugar, this is complete wellness in a single soft gel. Join us as we uncover how small changes can make a big impact on your health. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on CNC3 and take the first step toward better health.
Considering a career in procurement or supply chain? Start the Chartered Institute of Procurement and Supply, CIPS, program at CTS College. CIPS is internationally recognized as the leading professional accreditation for procurement and supply chain professionals. It covers industry-related topics like strategic sourcing, contract management, and ethical practices. With 1 day of class per week and 6 intake periods, students can get certified in as little as 6 months. Contact CTS College today and ask about our flexible payment options and how you can get up to $2,700 off.
TTPS social welfare elections. It's on Monday, a very important elections indeed. And with me this morning, Team Equity, former president. As a matter of fact, he would have served in that role and function prior. And he's putting himself up again because, and again, former President Anand Ramasa, ACP, he will explain as it pertains to the Constitution, there are certain parameters where you can serve and then you have to take a break and come back. So we'll get into that. and he's putting himself up again for the position of president, and he's here with his colleague, Sergeant Nisha Sukram Lautan, putting herself up for the position of secretary in Monday's elections. Let me firstly say thank you for being here, and I wish Team Equity the best going into this very critical election. Let me ask and start with you, ACP Ramasa. Just walk me through the parameters. I know you said it's 2 consecutive rules, but you can't serve more than 3 terms.
You can't serve more than 3 consecutive terms.
3 consecutive terms.
Yes, so you can't go into a 4th consecutive term.
Okay. Yes. So that's why I guess
you can have the break.
In the case of the incumbent, he is almost mandated that he had to step aside this time around because he would have served 2.
He could have returned, but not as president.
As president?
Yes.
Understood. What are some of the major issues impacting the service, and how do, or at least under the Team Equity banner, you're trying to bring some solutions?
Now, every issue affecting police officers is a major issue because there is, if not the direct, sometimes the indirect impact on performance. And performance as it relates to the responsibility to provide public safety is very important to the public. So it is in the public interest that the issues affecting police officers are addressed and addressed appropriately. Significant among those issues, one for us is the issue of mental wellness for our police officers. We have serving in the police service combined between the Special Reserve Police Officers, the TTPS, and now we have embraced the municipal police officers as persons whose duties and functions are significantly similar to that of police officers, that the issue of mental wellness is not adequately considered and addressed in the police service. And what you look at is that in most instances is only after a police officer has reached at a stage where he has been diagnosed and needs treatment that there is some level of intervention, and most times it is by way of his own action and by accessing it through external professional help. What we want is the police service to be more proactive in relation to this, because you have to bear in mind these persons are carrying a firearm, a lethal weapon in relation to that, and they have to make decisions in very difficult circumstances in relation to that.
And again, I could only imagine on your daily duties, you'll encounter sometimes the darkest in the community, the darkest of the dark, the worst of the worst. And this is something where you'll have to treat with it and then go home to your family, or just treat with your own personal struggles. I want to stick up in there because I want to come back to that in a few and just probably bring Sergeant Sukram Lautan in to ask you directly as to Monday's election, if given the nod, what values, what energy you will bring to this role of secretary?
Well, certainly the energy I bring to this role has been very public. It has been known by my officers, the officers of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, what Nisha Sukram Lautan brings to the table. I am a sergeant of police. I'm also an attorney at law. Team Equity, as the name suggests, and as we took our time to prepare, it means equitable empowerment of our officers, quality of work life. What we want to bring here is fearless representation for our police officers. The issues plaguing our police officers are many, and we need to treat with that with a different type of representation, the representation that our members not only deserve, but which they require at this time. Fearless representation.
Well said. Let me bring, again, ACP Ramasa back into the fold. Some of these recommendations, especially for the welfare and the well-being of your officers and their mental health, that particular push, once given the nod, is that a fix internally, or does one have to also take that particular fight to, let's say, government agencies to ensure there is a structure, a permanent structure to ensure officers are in the best shape mentally going into the space?
Now, government intervention, which most times take the form of policy and sometimes later on by way of legislative provisions, is always the best position that one can achieve in relation to a person who is employed by the state. But the police service, the leadership of it, even an association, must take the initiative and demonstrate that there is a need for it. And when you look at over the time, there has been inadequate and underrepresentation in relation to these issues. And so what you have is that it has festered, and you look at a number of instances, and nobody goes into the history, the mental history of police officers when they run errant of the law, or even in terms of the rules and regulations of the organizations. Or sometimes we see sometimes there are issues in terms of anger management, the way the customer service has deteriorated in a lot of respects, and they are not making the connection in relation to the mental health of police officers. And we expect police officers on a daily basis to perform above a certain threshold professionally, but there must be a professional response in relation to the organization in terms of the maintenance of that human capital.
Indeed. Let me bring Sergeant Sukram Lautan back into the fold. Are there any particular issues that are, in a way, as a female officer, one that you'll have to treat with that might be a bit different to male officers? In terms of when you're having that general conversations with fellow female officers in the space?
So the issues affecting police officers, they are not discriminatory in terms of whether it affects female or male police officers, right? The workplace, the conditions, terms and conditions, there's no vast difference between male or female. It affects all. So I would not actually say that it's for gender.
Yeah.
Right? I can't say that.
Understood.
There's no vast difference.
Understood. I guess your representation, as you would have mentioned, will be across the board.
Across the board, everybody, no discrimination.
Understood.
Yes.
Let me ask, as it relates to the TTPS right now and the public image, and I know obviously we can't go into details because all these probes will happen internally, but there are many who are looking on from the outside and watching some of the developments. What can be done to at least change some of the imagery? And this is even beyond the probes. We're just talking general communication with the general public to bring back that level of trust.
Well, there are a number of things. One of the things for us is that accountability and transparency within the organizations. And you see so many things happening, and there are many questions in the public. Question what is really happening in the Trinidad and Tobago police service, and we see from time to time no answers, clear answers are coming forward. And for us, that is one of the areas that the police service, from its own internal operations, must maintain that level of transparency and accountability if it expects the public to have that confidence and trust in relation to them. Secondly, the issue of holding officers accountable and in a timely manner in relation to that. So you see sometimes people bring complaints against police officers, and it takes years till the persons get fed up, and sometimes the law itself directs the police service that it is an abuse to move forward with it in relation to that. So the police service must be timely in providing its services. And even at the counter services where persons go for services at stations, there's still a gap between what we should in terms of maintaining that A-class service to the public and what is actually delivered on a daily basis. And when you look at in terms of the disparity in training in the police service, there exists a lot of disparity, and there exists a lot of policies in terms of bringing that equal opportunity for all our police officers. And significant of unequal treatment for us is the Special Reserve police officers and the municipal police officers. But that is not to say that it does not exist within the regular arm of the TTPS. It exists there significantly well. But for us as an association, there must be a policy that holistically understands and consider that regardless of what arm of the police service you are, whether municipal, SRP or TTPS, that there must be consistency in training, because the ultimate goal is to have consistency in the way we engage the public.
As we look to wrap things up, I want to bring Sergeant Sukram Lautan back into the fold and just give you another opportunity to explain to your officers why a vote for you on Monday under the ticket of Team Equity is a vote of value.
Yes. So a vote for Team Equity is a vote for value because the officers are quite a quorum with Mr. Ramisa and other members of our slate, inclusive of myself, and we are here to give to you all fearless representation. We all know what the issues are plaguing the TTPS. We understand deviation of legislation. We understand working conditions are not what it should be. But what is missing is fearless representation. And that is what we ask for on Monday, 30th of June, 2025. Come out and vote. Vote for fearless representation.
Sergeant, I want to thank you. ACP, as we wrap things up, a chance for you to give your closing argument, because you was in the role before and you're going to put yourself back in that position. What you think you're going to bring different to the table this time around?
Well, what I bring to the table first and foremost is experience. Experience that surpasses every other person in the police service. And I want to say regionally too. I surpass persons who exist in that realm of representation of police officers. But what we bring most and foremost is an organic approach to the issues that are plaguing our police officers. There's exploitation that we consider. There are complaints in relation to the unequal treatment of SRPs and officers. So we are real, we are organic, we are going to be timely, we are going to be fearless, we are going to take the experience and make sure that we deliver according to our manifesto. Our manifesto is very comprehensive, and as we have demonstrated to officers from time to time, a police service can become very hostile to a police officer, and it is important that you have somebody who have your back and who is not afraid to make that timely intervention regardless of the circumstances that are challenging our officers. We will be there, we will be on time, and we will serve you with commitment and passion.
Officers, all the best on Monday.
Yes, please.
And again, that's a word there from Team Equity stepping into Monday's TTPS social welfare elections. And of course, I'll be monitoring the results, so indeed we'll be on top of it, so we'll do a nice little post-mortem after.
Thank you very much. It was indeed an opportunity and pleasure for us to be here.
Great to have you with us this morning. We take a quick pause. We come back much more after these.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Magical Expressions Limited is the largest local importer and distributor of fresh cut stems, offering the widest range of beautiful flowers at the most affordable prices. Call us today at 701-6488, 701-6680, 728-6786, or visit our website to order.
Low energy? Heart concerns? Migraines slowing you down? It's time to take control of your health. Join Wellness Unlocked, the series that brings expert advice and real solutions for a healthier you. In our latest episode, learn how Jameson CoQ10 can help support heart health, boost energy, and even reduce migraines. Get the science, the stories, and the steps to power up your health with CoQ10. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on CNC3 and start your wellness journey today.
When you look in the mirror, you see this old school cowboy.
Why did Sonny Hayes come back to F1? You say he was old, he not that old.
I never should have pulled you into this.
3 laps. 3 laps is a lifetime.
F1 the movie.
So I hear Beta Homes has the best kitchens.
You heard right. We have Shaker style, modern Euro, and hardwood.
I like this one. Can I test it right here, right now?
Sure, but how are you gonna do that?
All right, you all, come inside. Are you ready?
Time to live.
Oh, a spice rack.
Soft close door hinges. Oh, this countertop's nice, well.
It's hot enough.
So, what do you think?
Well, this 100%.
Is it.
I'll take it.
Build the kitchen you love for less at Beta Homes, Carney or Front Street.
This is more than just music. This is where you find the best of TNT. This is more than just a vibe. This is where Bollywood gets a twist. This is more than just energy. This is Bhangra and indie pop too. This is the mix. This is the life. Lock on or log on now. Sangeet 106.1 FM. This is authentic East Indian radio. This is us.
Sportsmanship is when an athlete walks off the court and you can't tell if he won or lost because he carries himself with pride either way. This quote is an embodiment of sport, and for me, sport is an embodiment of life. We are where you are.
Get the story first. Want to know what's happening in news, sports, or crime? Get the CNC3 app. As the story breaks, CNC3 is there giving you the story first on your mobile device. Be connected to the most trusted and reliable news source, CNC3. Access your world with just a tap. The CNC3 app. Download it today.
My own personal motto is to show citizens of this country that our stories can be told in a professional and international standard. I want to show them that the journalism they consume on cable TV can also exist here. Each day, that's my focus, that's my drive, to show the stories of our communities, of our people, matter just as much as anywhere else in the world. That's why we are where you are.
You know, kudos to Darren Arts and all those who make the Sanfest possible every single year. It's a truly amazing showcase for the youngsters of the Southland, and I can safely say now beyond the Southland, because we recognize Sanfest as it's attractive on a national landscape. But we have with us actually two Southerners, Miss and Mr. Sanfest 2024. They're going to touch base, and very soon they'll be passing over the baton to a new generation of winners. And in that regard, let me celebrate, and I told her earlier, she was literally born with a name of a queen. We have Elizabeth here with us. Elizabeth Ramasa just graduated from convent in San Fernando. So yes. Elizabeth, congrats to you, and great to have you on the program.
Thank you very much. It's nice to be here.
Definitely, and you're with great company, because we have with us Mr. Sanfest, Marcus McDonald, Double M. We can call Marcus Double M, you know, another Double M from the Southland, and you're also a press boy.
Yes, I am.
Oh boy, congrats. And you're both actually graduating from 5 this year.
Yes, we are.
Congratulations, class of 2025.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
That's right. So tell me, the Sanfest experience, obviously, winning last year, that would have been magical. Take me back to that particular moment, and we're going to work it from then to now. I'll start with you, Elizabeth.
So winning itself was actually the most phenomenal thing that happened to me last year. The night was the same day as my school's garden party, so I missed that. So none of my school was there with me, but it was fine. I pushed through. I remember I only really did it so that I could practice singing on stage, because I had a less than fun or good performance recently at the time. So I experienced that performance. And once I got through the talent, well, I told myself, and I looked at my teacher and I said, well, now we're gonna have fun. So for the rest of the show, I was giggling and having fun. So when they said, the winner is Elizabeth Ramasa, I just, again, please? And it was absolutely just outstanding, and it did numbers for me in terms of my confidence. So I'm really thankful for that.
Would you say your experience was a similar one, Marcus?
Well, of course, I would like to believe I could see that. My experience, personally, I went there with the intention, hell-bent on winning the competition, because this is not something that I'm new to. I love performing, I love being on stage, and when I found out that Sanfest came around finally, I was ready to go up there and prove my worth once more. So when I went into the competition, originally I was planning to do drama as my discipline, and then I eventually came back around to doing music, and I performed a calypso. Now, during the competition, if there's one thing I could say, the people around me, they have been amazing. I love every single one of the people that I've met, that I've interacted with. Everyone has been such a good friend, and these are the kind of people that I'd love to take into my
career.
Into my career, yeah.
You speak it into the universe, man.
Yes,
speak
man.
it, because you come from, again, Prez. That's a school with great stock. You have great examples of people who have gone on to become national and regional and international icons. Mm-hmm. And of course, for you also, getting that opportunity, as you said, to be on stage, Elizabeth, what a great, great moment. Are you all getting a chance to pass some of this knowledge? You're getting a chance to mentor any of the 2025 participants?
Yes, we are.
Yeah. Already, I know for Marcus as well as I, a lot of the newer delegates have reached out to us personally, whether it's through Instagram or in person, and it's been a really interesting experience interacting with them. They're very curious.
I would have loved if, I'd have loved to help a lot more people. If there's like a way for us to get into contact with all of them, so we could see if we can get every single person who is going to be involved in this competition the best shot that they can from the get-go, because a lot of the information that we are giving to the people who reach out to us, it's invaluable. The kind of things that probably the both of us wish that we could have had from even before entering the competition. Is like giving them an entire head start, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
What's the component in terms of your judge? I know, yes, there's a talent segment, but what other segments take place on stage and they will tabulate at the end?
So first and foremost, we have a debate in City Hall. We did that last year.
Yes, we did.
Marcus came first place and I came second place last year.
you all debated each other?
We wouldn't debate each other. We're not going to argue about this or fight over it.
Of all the finalists, there were topics given by the winners last year, and they gave us topics. So we had bullying, he had AI, I had youth and leadership. So topics such as that, and we debated them in City Hall. And the winners received, was it a trophy?
Yes, it was a trophy.
A trophy, yes.
But I'd like to say it's not much of a debate, but more an opportunity for them to address problems that are significant to the youth or to people in general.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's more public speaking.
So is that public speaking component? There's the talent on stage.
Yes.
There is.
After the talent, you then have a community service project proposal. So if I remember, most of the delegates last year, majority did
a youth arts empowerment program.
Yes, youth arts empowerment programs.
Yeah, that is the best way to sum it up. And taking after this, as we entered our tenure as Mr. and Miss Sanfest, we would have put together a showcase called Spectacular, a Night of Talented Youth. And what that would have been was our way of giving back to our communities, especially in San Fernando. And I mean, anywhere, anybody who would have been talented and wanted the opportunity to perform, we gave them that on the 31st, 29th.
Yeah.
I would like to believe it was the 29th of March in Creative Arts Center. We hosted a show. It was a lot of fun. Lots of people were there. We had about a dozen performers, even including the Junior Calypso Monarch of 2025, Zidane Darius, and he was there. He was there, yes.
Nice. I'm looking at some of the pictures, and we're going through the memories of last year. Clearly, Elizabeth, you cut your hair, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you see, the hair was a bit longer there, but of course, look at my boy Marcus there, very sharp. And then there was some actual pictures I'm seeing where you all made the Guardian, and then the actual showcase. I think that's going to come up anytime, any moment now.
Yes.
I mean, this is a real major milestone, and I think it's a great encouragement marker as you all pursue your passion. Look at that. I mean, oh my gosh. That probably nice. Oh, you all kept the papers. I mean, I'm sure you wrote it up, right? Yes. Great stuff. What's the advice for those stepping in? Because I know it's, from what I understand, the primary school component is currently being taken care of, and then for the secondary school students like yourselves, I believe they're on September. They have the component. What's the advice you want to tell the youngsters stepping out for 2025?
I would say be yourself, because the most authentic you might just be what gives you that push ahead. Like for me, in terms of my community service project proposal, I did something that not a lot of people thought was like the most appropriate thing. So I had a puppet for my community service project proposal, which made my entire act a lot more interesting to take in for the audience. And don't be afraid to improvise if you feel like your talent or not talent, your community service project proposal is not enough. Because sometimes in the moment, what you may have planned may not be the perfect thing for that moment.
And you just might find yourself putting out something even better on the spot than what you would have planned in general. If there's one thing I could tell everyone who's entering the competition, please don't be afraid to show out and show up for yourself. In this competition, you have to understand that I mean, you're there to win, obviously, but please, please, please make sure that you are there for yourself as well as being there for others, and just try to have as much fun as possible. Yeah.
Enjoy it.
Yeah, enjoy it. Yeah, really, just enjoy it, because the entire experience, even if you're not there to win the competition, it's still such an amazing experience being able to mix and mingle with these kinds of people, and every single person that you meet is a friend that you might have for life.
It's genuinely a good opportunity to represent yourself and who you would like to be.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well said. And for the youngsters 14 to around 19, this is your time. Take full advantage. Take part, have a time, and if you're interested, you can call 713-4100 for more details about Sanfest 2025. Congrats to the outgoing king and queen, the queen and king, of course, Elizabeth and Marcus. And you can tell from just speaking with them on the program this morning, their future is indeed very bright. I want to wish you both the very best and continue pursuing your passion and purpose.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For sure. We want to stay within the pageant world. We come back after the break and get you ready for the Miss Magnificent Mom pageant. This one, a bit different. But again, another great showcase, and we welcome the pageant coordinator, pageant coach, and Miss Kunupia Mom. They're going to join us on set.
Embrace life with Guardian Life.
Every sunrise brings a new beginning, a quiet promise that we're never truly alone in life's journey.
So grateful for this precious life. Embrace it with a fearless stride. Dig so deep to turn your dreams to reality. With a bright future on your side. Through every journey you will find what you've earned and accomplished. You now deserve to be. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Only you can pave the road for your legacy. Is one step closer to live easy.
Embrace life with Guardian Life. Life, health insurance, and pension solutions.
Konnichiwa. Watashi wa the mighty K. So I just want to sing a little example for you. What me and mommy will make up. So start the music, DJ. I did take my supplements, yes I do. Oh my legs are really working for you. This helps my body feel just right so I can focus it. Day and in the night, their dreams need a healthy start. So I take care of my body in every part. Hey.
I'm looking for a magic for this disaster of a war.
You need a master plan.
A what?
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion. It stands up to our wicked sun and crazy rain. It shields against fading, protects against mildew, and is crack resistant. This paint so tough that it is tried and tested against British standards and formulated with European raw material.
Kaleidoscope Weathermaster Exterior Latex Emulsion, the premium outdoor paint that protects and shields against fading. Available at hardware and Kaleidoscope color shops nationwide.
Built to Last has a massive sale on roofing materials, including standing seam. Invest in durable roofing sheets at unbeatable prices. Choose our supply and installation package and enjoy huge savings on your roof. Quality materials, quality prices, quality workmanship. Our name says it all. Built to last for roofing that is built to last. We will not be beaten on price. Enjoy free delivery and free roll forming on standing seam and guttering on site. Call us now, 355-7703.
Make sure you have yourself a great investment week by viewing The Boss Report every Monday morning at 6:15 a.m. during CNC3's The Morning Brew. You'll get sound financial advice, whether you're a new or experienced investor, when you view The Boss Report. CNC3, covering your world.
Some of us like to test limits, but there won't always be second chances. Obey the speed limits. Maybe you don't value your life, but others value theirs. A message from the TTPS.
So on Saturday, 5th of July, all roads lead to Cascadia Hotel for the Miss Magnificent Mom Pageant 2025. It's one I thoroughly enjoy. Every single year we get a chance to meet some of the delegates, and this time around we have with us Miss Canupia, Brittany Pope, on set with us. Good morning, Brittany.
Hi, Jason. Good morning.
Good morning to you, and pageant coach Melissa McAllister. And let me tell you, you all really have a truly amazing pageant coach, someone who comes with a wealth of experience in dance and pageantry. And I know Melissa's getting everyone ready and up for the task. How's the training going so far, Brittany? Talk to me. What's been your personal growth in the process from day one to where you are right now with the training?
All right, so actually, Jason, this is my first pageant.
Very first.
And it's something I always wanted to do, so it really is a push for me. Really and truly, the training has shown me pageantry is not just about beauty and, looking good. It's so many things. It's discipline, it's commitment of time, it's sacrifice, it's remembering your routines and still balancing. This is a mom pageant, so you're a mom as well. So it's about, trying to have that balance within pageants. And I believe Melissa has done a really tremendous job with us. A lot of us never knew how to walk and poise and, just the essence of pageantry. And Melissa really has been with us every Sunday at Cascadia doing over the routines, and a lot of us, even myself, I'm not a dancer, and we're actually dancing in the final night. So it really has been a thrilling experience.
Melissa, what's the preparation like to get women who, like Brittany, never took part in a pageant before, no experience in dancing, but to get everyone on the same page in such sometimes limited time?
Limited time, for sure. Well, for me, I like to start first with a conversation, and I did that with all delegates because it's a journey that involves self-discovery, as well as them making sure that confidence would be ahead of everything. So our first session, we had a conversation, like everybody shared their story. There would have been a few tears, and there are a number of challenges that they would face through it. So I got that aspect sorted first so that everybody could be comfortable. And then we got into the practical training. So how you walk, how you turn, dancing, that, we have a nice introductory number that we are working on. And the practical part of it, that was just secondhand. But before that, we worked on confidence building more than anything.
Indeed, Brittany. So you are Miss Canupia.
Miss Canupia, Mom, right. Yes.
How many other delegates, and probably just a few areas that we could look out for?
All right, so it's 14 delegates in total, including myself. And we have Miss Belmont, we have Miss Pitty Valley, we have Miss St. Augustine, Miss Bonnier, Miss Maloney Gardens, and just to name a few.
Fantastic. Yeah. And in terms of just that home support, because you're a mom, you had to, is your youngster extremely young? Are they of age to understand what's going on? You had to have a discussion with anybody home before you made this particular move?
So I am pretty lucky because I have both an 8-month-old and an 8-year-old.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I have two different dynamics. So obviously, yes, I would have had to live with my spouse, and I would say this entire journey is something I always wanted to do.
Yeah.
So when I showed them the idea and I presented it to them, and I'm like, I'm going towards this pageant, the support has always been there, and that is key in this pageant life. You really need that support.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm sure the 8-year-old is excited.
She is, and it's a girl.
Yeah.
That's my daughter. Her name is Sophia, and she actually comes to training sometimes just to look at me, and she's like, Mommy, whenever you win, I want to wear the crown. And I'm like, most definitely. She's looking on, and I'm being that role model for her, yes.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Melissa, I mean, obviously, women who have gone into family life, some probably wanted to take part in a pageant, went to the family life, and now they're getting that opportunity. I'm sure you're getting lots of, you said you started things with a conversation. You're probably getting some really committed and truly dedicated women.
Yes, for most of these women, after that first conversation we had, you realize that this is their opportunity to just spend time with themselves, to be able to grow through the experience. And actually, it's also a great opportunity to prove to everybody that beauty continues after motherhood. A lot of people, and in the earlier years of pageantry, from the time, you have a child, everybody think, well, there goes my opportunity. So it's really good to see now that that opportunity exists where you can showcase your beauty, your talent, your poise, grace, even after becoming a mother.
And I've noticed, Melissa and Brittany, that even on the international circuit with, let's say, Miss Universe, they have also altered their rules to bring women who are mothers into the fold.
Yeah, since July 2023,
So this is tremendous because, again, you can't put any limitations on the woman.
That's good.
And I think that's what this is all about. So let me find out, evening gown, you're full shebang already. Now, again, Brittany, talk to me.
At this point of the competition, you definitely have to have everything. On Sunday, we have rehearsal, and we are told to walk with our shoes in preparation for the night. It's just to make sure that you know how to walk in your shoes, because you're gonna go all out. But it's about being ready. So at this point, I do have my evening gown. I'm not going to go into the details.
No, you can't.
I would save that for the final night, and I would say come out and support and just come and see such an extraordinary performance from all of the delegates.
Melissa, where do folks get information or tickets, and just to understand a little deeper what's taking place for the 5th?
Well, for one, anyone could check out the Facebook page, which is Miss Magnificent Mom. Right, you get a lot of information on that page, prior to which, or other than that, you can call 321-3037.
That's it, yeah.
Right, 321-3037. And yes, so it is at Cascadia on Saturday, the 5th of July, and it's starting at 7 p.m.
That's an early party?
Yes, we want to stress on being early, but it's 7 p.m.
Fantastic.
All right.
Fantastic. Brittany, I'll let you have the final say. Just a little word to family, to friends, to all those looking on who are coming out to support Miss Konupia.
I would say to all of the supporters and persons that are looking at this pageant, it really is an amazing opportunity, and I really wish that all of you can show up next week, Saturday, that is the 5th of July at Cascadia at 7 p.m. It's an extraordinary show that we're going to showcase, and really and truly factualizing the phrase, beauty continues after motherhood. And it was really an honor to be here.
Brittany, it indeed was a pleasure and treasure. Mel, in the couple of seconds that remain, your biggest takeaway so far, being part of it?
My biggest takeaway, any opportunity that you have to grow and develop, I would like to advise those out there, other mothers who would be interested, to take that plunge. Sometimes you think, no, this may not be for me. It's for any and everybody. Once you want to, take that opportunity.
Brittany Pope, Miss Konupia, mom, and Melissa McAllister, pageant coach. Definitely this is going to be a tremendous activation. Saturday, the 5th of July at the Cascadia, the Miss Magnificent Mom 2025. And again, just a little showcase here, a feature of some of the moms taking part, all smiles as we get ready for the 7 a.m. news update. See you soon.
Looking for a supermarket that has it all? Welcome to Food Shopper Supermarket, where big really means big. Enjoy secure parking, spacious aisles, and a spotless modern store that makes shopping a breeze. From fresh produce to everyday essentials, you'll find unbeatable prices and friendly staff who are happy to help. We offer a safe and secure gated compound with a large parking facility for your shopping ease. Number 121 Eastern Main Road, Ariba, Tri Trading Compound, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Food Shopper Supermarket. Every day, low prices.
Don't forget our grand celebration, June 28th. Bring the whole family.
He hit me. Will CG United cover this?
Don't worry. Remember when I was in that competitive arm wrestling circuit? 3-time champion, baby. I did feel bad crushing all those arms and dreams. So I took them all out for ice cream. And then we got crushed. Anyway, CG United handled my claims fast.
That explains the arm.
The best cover for the best value. CG United. Good like that.
Thunderwal, powering industry, fueling progress. Reliable fuel pumps, meters and nozzles. From dock to deck, marine tools, hoses, PPE and fittings. Hydraulic, automotive and food-grade oils and lubricants. For all your manufacturing needs. Pallet jacks, intrinsically safe tools and more. Browse livestock and prices on our website at www.vanderwalett.com. Visit us today.
People come to me and they say they get discomfort when they have ice cream. Sensodyne gives you long-lasting protections against sensitivity. I recommend Sensodyne because it works. It's brilliant.
Good morning, I'm Doris Polo with headline news on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network. President of the Concerned Parents Movement, Clarence Mendoza, is calling for urgent reform in how schools respond to student violence. Speaking from his office in Philippine San Fernando, Mendoza called for mandatory drug testing and psychosocial evaluations for suspended students. His appeal follows an incident at Holy Faith Convent that led to 5 students being charged. Mendoza warned that gangs and drug use are infiltrating schools and says students suspended for violence should be placed in structured, monitored in-house programs with follow-up from police and social workers. He says many children face challenges at home, with some parents being abused by their own children. Mendoza called for more social intervention in homes and a review of the SEA system, which he claimed sends unprepared students to secondary school. He also supported a return to continuous assessment to identify struggling students early and proposed a mentorship program through collaboration with the University of the West Indies. Meanwhile, community activist Pastor Clive Dutton is advocating for more social services for students who display deviant behavior. While he agrees that they should be legally responsible, he also adds that parents should also be made to account for their children's behavior. This comes after 5 female students were charged in connection with the assault of a student of Holy Faith Convent in Couva. He adds that while the Education Ministry provides some support services, the needs have increased over the years. Weeks after Minister of Homeland Security Roger Alexander raised concerns over the use of police stations for court proceedings, stakeholders across the justice sector are holding critical discussions on the issue. A statement yesterday says there was a cabinet directive for the Justice Minister to lead on the matter. The consultations should provide critical feedback for cabinet to make a decision on the way forward. Representatives from legal and law enforcement bodies discussed the implications and the benefits of virtual hearings. The police commissioner gave the assurance he will conduct an audit at police stations on the use of virtual hearings as well as continue collaborations with the judiciary. Those were your 7 a.m. news headlines. We'll have another news update at 8 a.m. right here on CNC3 and the TBC Radio Network.
At
Bagwansings, Port of Spain, and Chaguanas, we are committed to providing quality products for all major building projects. Let's build together with rebars and beams, BRC coils and mats, RHS and angles, roofing sheets and purlins, lumber, plywood, and MDF. Bagwansings, building homes, building communities, building TNT for over 60 years. Bagwansings, Port of Spain, and Chaguanas, building value every day.
Ready to turn heads and steal the spotlight? Then head to Rosario Bridal Couture, your all-in-one fashion destination for every celebration. From stunning bridal lehengas to simple everyday shalwas, sparkling jewelry, affordable kids wear, stylish Muslim clothing, and even puja essentials, we've got it all under one roof. Get free footwear with any bridal outfit and get free matching bangles with kids wear. Need the perfect fit? Our in-house tailor is here for you. We're open 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Just take the Southern Highway to Brentwood, Chaguanas and call 723-9099 for more info. Rosario Bridal Couture, where fashion meets celebration, all inclusive.
Low energy? Heart concerns? Migraines slowing you down? It's time to take control of your health. Join Wellness Unlocked, the series that brings expert advice and real solutions for a healthier you. In our latest episode, learn how Jameson CoQ10 can help support heart health, boost energy, and even reduce migraines. Get the science, the stories, and the steps to power up your health with CoQ10. Don't miss Wellness Unlocked. Watch now on CNC3 and start your wellness journey today.
Welcome back. It's Friday again, Friday the 27th of June 2025, and we find ourselves with a rare opportunity to take some calls on a Friday. Usually Friday it is action-packed, but we were able to squeeze in a couple minutes to hear from you, a couple of major talking points, and again we go back to the front page of today's Guardian just to give you a reference point. The class of 2025, we celebrate all the youngsters, we celebrate them. I mean, obviously the primary school graduation a little more measured, but for the secondary school, oh my goodness, the students going all out. Evening gown, young man, and for the young girls, the fellas coming out in the fancy blazer, photographers, videographers, people pulling up in fancy car. Yeah, it's a whole shebang. And of course, I did my part last week at the Dow Village Primary, and next week I'll be touching base. No, I think later on. I have another school, a secondary school to touch base with. I believe it's, you may don't call the wrong school, yes. I'll go back into my notes. But nonetheless, let's use on the line. Good morning.
Morning, Brother Jason. How you doing?
Faizo.
What did you say, brother?
Are you good enough, partner? Talk to me.
Well, you notice the boy Elder on the run here. I see doing some work, man.
Mm-hmm. Of course. Work must be done.
Yes, man, and he visiting the rural communities like the Palo Seco, the Santa Clara, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm proud of the gentleman. Anyhow, Jason, I know and I've heard, well, I shouldn't say I know, but I heard about a lot of land grabbing taking place just prior to the election by some people in government. I don't know if we're coming or we're going, but I understand that when the thing take place in Cuba, a lot of state land was occupied, tents, in Cuba, Arima, so I think we need some investigation into that, Jason.
Well, I'm sure they will do the due diligence. I would have heard the same, but again, we can't bring these claims if there's no evidence. Obviously, they'll have to do the investigation.
Yeah, but I think, it's time we take some action against that kind of action. You understand? We can't be inactive against things like that because, the landless remain landless while these people who have banking land, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to do something about it. Jason, if you could get somebody, like yesterday afternoon, I was hearing a program with active superintendent Pitt, which was a very, very nice program. Get somebody to come, like the clinical psychologists and stuff, and let them explain to the youth something on a kind of regular basis, the ill effects of the marijuana. But we need to do something. We need to revisit that law, Jason. We have to. I've seen too much of zombies walking the road by.
Yeah, no, Faizo, I know you've been very vocal about that for a long time.
Too much, boy, Jason, boy. Let me do something now, brother. Let me fix this place now.
Yeah, well, I mean, Faizo, I mean, that in itself is a circle argument because there are many who will also advocate to freeing it up the fact that it's always been part. You know, I mean, Faizo, it's always been part of the fabric, Faizo. It's been part of the fabric.
What I hear you. I understand that. But I am giving you evidence. There is physical evidence that suggests what I am saying is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying, Jason?
Yeah. I hear you loud and clear, Faizo. Loud and clear. Always, always, Faizo. Thank you, man. All the best. Faizo, avid listener and supporter of the program. Let's continue with the call, 624-8721 and 627-8658. I think the next school is Pleasantville, It's a school in South. I need to talk, give the graduation address. And then the final one, well, I had an invitation for a school next week, but I unfortunately won't be able to do it. But I still want to acknowledge the principal and the staff there at Brazil Secondary. Anytime I get a call to touch base with the schools, I'll always make the time. Last year, I had a chance to talk at the St. James Secondary. Their graduation, it was held at St. Mary's RC Church in St. James. And it was a full circle moment for me because I think the very first place I would have done any public speaking, I was either 13 or 14, was on the pulpit right there at St. Mary's RC Church when I was part of youth group and confirmation class in the 90s. So going back to the church on the stage, it felt like a real full circle moment. And my message to the young people is always on 3 pillars. Passion, purpose, and payment. And payment doesn't always have to be payment as in remuneration, as in money in the bank. We're talking payment in terms of that fulfillment of being able to impact lives, and that in itself goes full circle. And that's a great, great payment. That's the best check to cash, knowing that you made a difference in somebody's life and you left the place better than you meet it. That's always been my particular mandate when I talk to the young people. Let's head to Grandy. Morning.
Yes, morning, JW. Yes,
welcome, I'm listening.
Now, JW, didn't this, the Prime Minister announced, before she was Prime Minister, she said she will allow cultivation of marijuana.
Yeah, no, there was lots of marijuana discussions, yes.
But some of her supporters, like a caller just a while ago, said that we need to get rid of it.
Well, I mean, the thing with the marijuana, if you look at places like Thailand, you look at Canada, right in the U.S., lots of places, they've been able to monetize. They've been able to monetize in a major way marijuana. Jamaica, they have an actual structure and system in place. So I think it's laws. Yeah, so I think it's smoke and way. So I think it's one that needs. I think what Faizo probably asking for is, well, I'm hoping he is asking for a structure as opposed to disbanning it, because in Thailand right now they're actually looking to pull back on. It was kind of free in Thailand and it kind of went helter skelter, so they're trying to pull back. But sometimes if it's too far gone, Grandy, I don't know how we're going to pull it back.
I find they shouldn't allow the cultivation of that in Trinidad here, because you know the Trinidadians on it. Because when they decriminalize it, they said that they can smoke any amount home. I see people smoking that all about.
I see a man this morning, Grandy, smoking, a taxi man, smoking in the car.
So we can't allow that here, right?
Cannot. Lawless.
Yeah, and another point, Mr. Imber is calling Mr. Padarat a blatant out liar. He called him outside. He said, I'm calling you outside.
Yeah, he did.
You know, Mr. Padarat said a thing under the parliament privileges. So I hear no response. So I waited.
Well,
so good program. That's what I call it to tell you this morning.
All the best, Grandy. All the best, Grandy. And to the Grandy listeners and those who live in Grandy, a caller would have mentioned a couple of weeks ago the condition of the Sandy Grandy fire station. I went down and I saw it for myself firsthand. That fire station is in desperate need of a power wash and a paint job. We need to put up some scaffolding and give that. I mean, and it's a nice station. Big structure in Grandy, big building, looks relatively new. I wouldn't say spanking new. It looks, I don't think that building in 30 years. But if you see the condition of that building, I'll send it all you. If we could put it up. Let's go to Maruga. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, welcome, Maruga.
Yeah, what I'm calling for, boy, my NIS money, right, my pension money, is months and more than a year now. Anytime I go to the office, they're telling me it processing, I get my money.
No, that's not cool, you know. That's not cool. So that's what. So you're going physically to the office?
Yes.
Which NIS location? You one in town here?
Princess Town, yeah.
Oh no, yes, you're from Maruga, so you're going Princess Town, yes.
Like the branch here.
My goodness. You got a supervisor? You got any superiors contact or name?
Good morning.
Hello.
Yeah.
Any you was able to talk to, let's say, a superior, somebody who's like probably head of department?
When I went to the office, they called a supervisor. They tell me the same thing. Everything is processing. It's not now. It's the nigga here now.
You have to do. Let's keep the man's number, folks. If you could just take this man's number, and I'll probably try to put him on to well, I can't even say a contact. It's just we'll have to try to find somebody, because this is from what Maruga is explaining. That's unacceptable, man. Maruga, just pass the information on now. Let's check it out. Oh no, sorry. From Maruga now we have to Diego Martin. Diego Martin, good morning.
Yes, Jason. Good morning.
Welcome.
I think the public is bashing marijuana too much. I think they should ban alcohol. That is what I think. Because you never hear nobody smoke weed and bounce on anybody in the road or run and kill the farmers. I think they should ban alcohol.
Well, I mean, alcohol is also part of the fabric, caller, so I think that's a kind of extreme request. I think, obviously, what's needed is, I guess, a little more structure. Because even with the alcohol, and I understand where he's coming from, people, yes, it's a spirit, and you could invite spirit of lust and anger and depression, all kind of different spirits into yourself if you go too extreme with the alcohol. And people, yes, we would have seen drink go behind the wheel and, well, they are no more. But I think what Faizabad is talking about is the indiscriminate, just man smoking in the middle of the road, people just all over the place. I mean, if you're in your private quarters, you know, I mean, we could understand, but I think Faizo's going in that direction. I don't think Faizo's calling for all-out ban, you know. But then Faizo could explain when he calls next week. Let's let him move on. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, move on.
Well, sir, I'm going to use your platform. Hopefully those in authority are listening, including the Prime Minister. So I'm using our platform to cry out to them to please address noise pollution. The Prime Minister, during the campaign trail, she mentioned it, but I have seen and heard nothing from anyone, not the newly minted minister is what's his name? There's not national security. I forget his
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security Minister.
Alexander.
I think I'd have to write him myself.
What's the problem?
I wish to remind him. I wish to remind to enlighten or shake up the new Attorney General. Please deal with this noise pollution situation. It is totally out of hand. These bars, these cars, they have no respect. They have no regard for people in the neighborhood. So I'm hoping that it's addressed soon. I thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I remember that was a consideration via the manifesto. I remember that distinctly. So, yeah, Mover, thanks for the reminder. I mean, listen, there are certain areas, Mover, let's be honest, we have grown to know Trinidad as a kind of space. It's a musical space. Certain areas, you'll have people who have a little birthday party, a wedding. I mean, I myself sometimes have a little function or two by me. I try to be as reasonable as possible, but you come into a space where, and this is Sawa talking about, people having a little lime, they have a little music playing, you're hearing pan, sometimes you're hearing pan in the area. Very musical, some areas, you know, Mover, so I understand what you're saying. I guess it's a nice balance. Let's head to Faizo again. Faizo.
Jason.
Oh, good, Faizo, great.
A lot of people misinterpreting what I'm trying, the message I'm trying to send you.
Yeah, I'm going to set the record straight, Faizo. Go ahead. Set the record straight.
What I am asking for is for reform.
So you're not asking for it to be disbanded?
No, never. Marijuana has been proven to be a revenue earner to the state, Jason, in certain countries.
Yeah.
What I am simply saying is the amount, just imagine 4 trees per household. Can you imagine 50 households in Santa Flora, Palaseco having 4 trees? What we have in there, Jason?
That ganja farm?
We have enough forest.
Yeah, that's
we have enough forest, Jason. I don't know why people bury their head in the sand. And if you look where this thing is rampant, is the areas where youths are unemployed, not taking them in the right direction. What they do for the entire day is smoke marijuana, play cards. You understand what I'm saying? We need to fix the thing, Jason. As a matter of fact, I feel we should have random drug testing in Form 5, Form 6 and stuff like that, so we can deal with the thing holistically before I get off the hand. Yes, I am saying, let me fix the thing, pull it back, look at it sensibly, and bring it back where you will have a license, people distributing this thing. You must be of a certain age to buy it.
And Faizo, I want to tell you, what you're asking for is not unreasonable, it's not far-fetched, That is actually very, very sensible, because yes, anywhere there is a particular marijuana industry, there is structure. It can't be willy-nilly because there is major money. As a matter of fact, we're talking diversification. Faizo, that could be a major income earner with Forex, from medical marijuana, from what I understand and from what we know.
I mean, it has been proven to ease the pain in cancer patients, the oil.
Think about it, right?
There's a lot of good to be derived out of the thing, but a lot of people, this gentleman jump up and say ban alcohol. You have to have a license to sell alcohol?
Yeah, we can't ban it. It's part of the fabric already.
Exactly. We take from one extreme. We need to find middle ground in things like these days. And
let me tell you, Faizo, our strain will be a world-class strain, because if the cocoa, based on the soil in those places like Grand Couva and stuff, is so world-class, and we consider the kind of crops that come out of Santa Cruz, and look at the kind of season we get in Paramin. Our soil is a rich soil. It's a very fertile soil. So our grain, our strain, a matter of fact, would be requested on the world market, so we could put a high premium and bring some much needed money in. But again, who's going to profit? Faizo, who's going to profit? And how are we going to get our structure? That's a whole different conversation.
One thing, please. I spend plenty nice money on nice perfume. Armani, Gucci and all them. Just, when I walk in the street, the marijuana overpower in my perfume.
Faizo, we'll talk next week.
Yeah, but take care. Enjoy your...
We'll talk next week. Yeah, probably. Faizo's troubling now. Man, see where we'll take a pause, yes? We'll take a pause with this one. That's a whole different conversation. I guess we could probably expand on it at some point, because it's a very relevant and very important conversation. But up next, we take you to the Great Western Island Festival, happening at the Naparima Bowl. Yes, Southland, this is another great showcase, and this is going to go down on a Monday. Full details after the break.
Embrace life with Guardian Life.
Every sunrise brings a new beginning, a quiet promise that we're never truly alone in life's journey.
So grateful for this precious life. Embrace it with a fearless stride. Dig so deep to turn your dreams to reality. With a bright future on your side. Through every journey you will find what you've earned and accomplished. You now deserve to be. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Only you can pave the road for your legacy. Embrace life with Guardian Life. Every step is one step closer to live easy.
Embrace life with Guardian Life. Life, health insurance, and pension solutions.
Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket. Get it all at Southern Food Basket. Fresh goods on every aisle with best prices. For the best meats and market, high quality, yes. It's affordable, spacious, and customer friendly. From the farm to the cart, to your plate. Southern Food Basket, good food at great prices. Come on home, everybody, don't you wait. Southern Food Basket's the best marketplace for you. Southern Food Basket, quality food to fill your basket. Southern Food Basket, quality food to fill your basket.
Asafa Powell, the Jamaican sprinting icon who shattered the 100-meter world record and redefined the limits of human speed, reveals the relentless drive that fuels his journey.
Omega XL, this good for your giants, them.
Try Omega XL, it works.
Safety is the foundation of every strong home and business. For over 30 years, All Pro Security has been your trusted partner in protection. Innovation you can count on. Reliability you can trust. Call 299-0600. All Pro Security, protecting what matters most. Always. Welcome to ABC Doors and Windows, TNT's #1 destination for the best quality and widest variety of doors and windows. Enhance your space with our premium wooden, steel panels, fiberglass, and steel security doors, complemented by our aluminum, UPVC, and steel windows. Shop for the best quality and service at ABC Doors and Windows. Visit our impressive showroom at 1 Chancatrace, El Socorro South, or call 638-7184 to get started. Trust ABC for a better choice.
Manage inflammation with Omega XL, a one-of-a-kind, powerful, natural anti-inflammatory supplement that has helped millions find relief from their pain, just like world-renowned cricketer Dwayne Bravo.
Don't wait until it's too late. Take care of yourself, take care of your health with Omega XL. Omega XL helps us to work hard, play hard. This is your champion, DJ Bravo, and I approve this message.
Live healthy, stay strong with Omega XL. Visit your local pharmacy or health food store today.
My good friend Keon Francis joins me on set, CEO of Naparima Bowl. What a nice ring to it. And he's a culture man and such a great fit for such an iconic space in the Southland, a Southman himself. And we treating with the Great Western Island Festival. So I saw where, well, I guess we would treat with it immediately because I know, well, Sunday there's a major showcase, and then they were supposed to have one on Monday, but that Monday show is now pushed back to the 7th of July. Yes. I would love for you to kind of give us that explanation as to the moving a little further of that Monday show. But again, Keon, welcome and great to have you on the set.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
So what happened was we were supposed to have a Free for Students show on this Monday coming. Yeah. However, as the Ministry of Education pointed out as well, that's kind of in the middle to the end of the examination time for schools.
Exam season, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it would be a little difficult to have all of the actors push another week. So what we decided is we're going to record the show, and we're going to have a free screening of the production.
Fantastic.
For students on July 7th.
What's going to be the takeaway on Sunday? Because I know Sunday is the big one at 5:30 p.m. It's the Great Western Island Festival. Yeah. That's a lot going on there.
Yeah. Well, actually, the play, it tells the story of the West Indian Federation. It looks at the West Indian Federation, the rise and fall of the Federation, and it tells the story through the metaphor of masquerade. Yeah. So,
what I remember from that federation is when Jamaica pulled out, they had this famous quote of 1 from 10 is 0.
1 from 10 leaves not. Yes. Dr. Eric Williams' famous line. Famous
line, yes.
And all of that is in it. But you see, that's the thing. A lot of people, a lot of Caribbean people, a lot of Trinidad and Tobago people, especially the younger generation, were not aware of the Federation.
The history.
Yeah, that history, you know. And to my mind, that history is very important because, of course, if you don't know where you're from, you don't know where you're going.
It's so true.
And this Caribbean unity or Caribbean unification goes back a long way, you know, and I think it's important for us to understand that we've been taking bites at this cherry, we've been looking at it, and recognize that, you know, it's happened, this has happened, and let's see what lessons we could take on it going forward.
So in terms of the play itself, it's what genre are we going to put it into? Is it a more dramatic piece? Is there going to be some dance inside there? Is there a touch of comedy we're going to get? Because this sounds like a serious subject matter.
It is a serious subject matter, but I'm a Best Village man, right?
Yeah,
I grew up in Best Village.
I know that for sure.
You know, so everything, all of my work it does have music and dance. And of course, you can't talk carnival and carnival characters, or masquerade characters, I should say. Because what I did was in the writing, I'm writing and directing the piece. And in the creation of the work, I looked at all of the 10 islands in the Caribbean, and I looked for masquerade characters in each island. So some are based on carnival, because some of the islands have focus on carnival, but some of them, they also have masquerade for Christmas.
Okay.
Christmas time.
I'm sure Grenada definitely the jab.
Oh, well, yeah, well, a jamble.
Yes.
Jamble, but they also have a mass, they have the short knee masquerade.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're saying to me that there are certain characters within the cultural space indigenous to certain islands?
Yes.
That we might not even embrace?
Exactly. And that was really part of the eye-opening experience for me in doing this research. So the production started as part of my research for my PhD in cultural studies. Yeah. Where I'm looking at how we treat with historical occurrences in the Caribbean theater. And in the research, I decided, okay, I want to do this reenactment. Hit a wall with the reenactment, so I say, okay, I'm going to look at from a more fantasy perspective. I need to be more creative with it. So I went to animals, but animal standard we always use, bear rabbits and these things. And something told me, well, look at carnival. And when I started to do the research on carnival or masquerade in general, I started to realize that there are very similar types of masks, and masquerade across all the 10 islands, that I wasn't even aware of myself. So that our Piero Grenade character, is very similar to Jamaica's Pitchy Patchy.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like almost what you see in the John Canoe bands also from Bahamas.
Yeah, exactly. So when you look at the islands, there's that that base of a stereotype, not a stereotype, but a type of masquerade.
But then again, when we really look back even further, outside of our Caribbean experience, the fact that us as people of African descent coming from West Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, these places, you heard of the Mokojambi being a Ghanaian experience that was brought to the Caribbean and exists today. So we recognize that even some of our roots, it goes even deeper to that African root.
Exactly, yeah. So a lot of people do theorize that it stems from the Igungun masquerade of Africa, which is very similar. If you go online and you research Igungun, you'll see it's very colorful, layered, very patterned, very much similar to our Piero mask.
Interestingly, Keon, how come you call it the Great Western Island Festival as opposed to just the Great West Indian Island Festival?
Well,
was the Western, the twist on the Western? I find it rather interesting.
Well, it's really using that whole metaphor of dance and speaking about federation without speaking about federation and kind of hitting people over the head with the history. Because the idea to it is really to try to bring people into the history, to make people think, about the history, about what is being portrayed, but not necessarily bringing it across as this, historical drama that will, only, lean to or be of interest to a certain select group of people.
History was my favorite subject. Real talk.
Really?
Love history.
Never get the dates.
I go to dates, scenarios. I used to just be sitting down there in the lectures, just soaking it in. And when it comes to Caribbean history too, I'm so excited, and I'm happy that you're bringing this to a wider audience via art, because people tend to remember when you put it in a formation that is enjoyable, it's able to sink, people internalize. That's why people with primary school children put some of the stuff in songs.
Exactly.
You remember it?
Yes, and that is what it is. That's what I'm trying to do. Because I'm also trying to bring for the people who know about federation, to bring a more nuanced conversation. Because, the first thing you said is when Jamaica pulled out, when Jamaica left, right? But it's a lot more nuanced than that. It wasn't necessarily the entire of Jamaica. Jamaica was one of the biggest advocates for federation, but there were also internal politics that happened.
Yes.
So we're trying to, bring a more depth into the conversation. Let's understand their perspective a little bit. Let's understand the perspective of a lot of the other islands that were involved. Yeah.
And they went on to get their independence August 6, 62, and we a couple days after, on the 31st of the same month, same year. Imagine that. Yeah. Beyond the play here, beyond the production, if the federation would have stood this test of time, if the federation was able to persevere and go through, you think it would have been a different Caribbean today?
Well,
what's your personal take on that?
No, I definitely think so, and that's in the production as well, because I start the production with the dream. Like when I was doing the workshop of it, what I realized was that one of the things I was missing from it is what was at stake. Yeah, what were they really trying to do? And what I have started to the very nearly to the top when they're discussing how they're going to move forward and strategizing, I have basically the image of this future Caribbean leader 100 years after the start of the Federation and what they would have been saying on, let's say, on the anniversary of the Federation, what that speech would have sounded like. What marvels and things we would have done, how we would have conquered COVID. How we would have, as one Caribbean, treated with the various hurricanes. When the oil shock happened, how would we together have dealt with that?
I think collectively we have all that we need to sustain ourselves,
We do.
Food-wise, energy-wise,
I believe so.
Entertainment. It's just really we're separated by water, and unfortunately, because water is a big divider in terms of the islands, to get to each other is not as easy. And the cost factor, for the life of me, why is it costing me less to go to Florida compared to some of my Caribbean neighbors? But that's a different conversation. We could do a play. That's the idea for next production. Let me ask you though, as your role and function as CEO, what does that role and function CEO of Naparima Bowl entail on a, let's say, a daily basis?
Oh, well, it's very much functional. What we are about is providing that service. It's a service for the community. So it's really about that maintenance of the space, trying to lead with innovation. As you know, Naparima Bowl is one of the older spaces as well, so there's a lot of history.
What's the capacity there?
480.
Fantastic. Keon, before we wrap things up, where can folks get tickets, get more information for this great production that will transpire on Sunday?
So for more information, you can call 785-7285 or you can call 652-4704. We do have tickets on Island e-tickets still available. We still have some early bird tickets. We set the early bird tickets price at $100 because, of course, we really want people to come out and be a part and take in the production. So we have a few, so you can get some on Island e-tickets. All the physical $100 tickets are finished, so anyone coming for physical tickets will have to pay $150, and you can get those at Naparima Bowl.
Keon, congrats in advance, man.
Thank you very, very much.
Great production. Thanks. And, we endorse this one. Keon, CEO there at the Naparima Bowl, getting ready for the Great Western, not West Indian, Great Western, and I like the fact that you put a twist on it, the Great Western Island Festival. We're going to come back and get into our Get Something and Pave. Yes, hitting the ground running. And let me tell folks out there again, you know what? I will save my argument for when we come back because I want to just really get into some people's head to let them understand the bigger focus with this Get Something and Pave segment. See you soon.
ChatGPT, I'm falling.
Failing grades? Contact Student Hub.
I ain't say failing, I say falling.
Then it's time to stop failing. Student Hub helps students succeed online. If school feels like a free fall, Student Hub helps you land on top.
Gaming Express Limited is a premium importer and retailer of the highest quality brand name electronics. We stock the widest range of PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Samsung, and Apple devices and accessories. Visit us at Shop 52, Level 2, Gulf City Mall in San Fernando, or contact us by phone or WhatsApp message at 687-7480 or 301-9797 or 798-1280. Like our Facebook and Instagram pages for updates on products and services.
Welcome to Caribbean Beauty Convention 2025. This is the first Caribbean Beauty Convention hosted in Trinidad. Join us for 2 days of exclusive and expert insights into the beauty industry in skin, makeup, nails, and hair. Hosted at the Center of Excellence, Mukoya. Caribbean Beauty Convention, 29th and 30th of June 2025.
Science calls it AMPK, your body's built-in system for burning fat, balancing blood sugar, and fueling energy. Berberine Plus naturally supports AMPK, helping you feel better, live better, be better. Available at Pennywise and leading pharmacies nationwide. Berberine Plus, powerful results naturally.
Get the best in affordable eyewear. Frames with blue filter lenses and eye exam, $399. Single vision lenses with transitions on designer frames, $799. Progressive transitions with designer frames, $1,399. Happening only at Seaview Optical. Affordable eye care for everyone.
So again, the Get Something and Pave segment, it's been ongoing for, I would say, Angelo, the last, about a year and a half, 2 years. We've been doing this for quite a while. So for those probably now logging on, I want you to relax yourself and understand that this is a segment that we go into the community, we listen to those who reach out via email or they will call. And in this particular case, we went to Calcutta in Central to bring to you a much, it's an issue they've been treating with for quite a while, and we wanted to just highlight it. So no matter who's at the wheel, we will hold them accountable, and we will ask them, or at least make that request every single time when we watch them, straight into the face, and we say, get something and pave. Let's head to Calcutta. Welcome to the latest installment of Get Something and Pave. JW on location here, Calcutta 1 in Freeport. And what you're seeing, it is not a special effect. It is not any post-production. This is the real deal, and it is so unfortunate what motorists are dealing with here at Calcutta 1. As we go forward, I don't even know where to start. It's an amalgamation. It's a collective. It's a conference of potholes. Clearly here for the Pothole Summit at Calcutta 1. Every shape, size, depth. Look at the bicycle man negotiate this. What's the skill of the bicycle man? Yes. Well done. Very skillful. Right? Bicycle, cyclists and motorists alike. And as you could tell with the water in the said potholes, rainy season is here. And this, especially for those who are not familiar with the area, could potentially get extremely, extremely bad. Look, the big Prado man having to move extra easy over the potholes. Look at this. Wibble wobble, wibble wobble. Is this a community pool? What's happening here? We don't even know the depths. Let me... Stone disappear. That is not what was intended for the European Mercedes-Benz. All the cars having to go over with caution and really take it easy because you don't want to compromise the integrity of your shocks. And bearings, the suspension could be compromised. I mean, you saw firsthand the Mercedes-Benz, a European vehicle, strong vehicle, having to ease its way over this disaster that is Calcutta 1. Better than that, this cannot be what the motorists and cyclists have to treat with. Well, worse yet if somebody's walking on the street. Again, we say, get something and pave. Unacceptable, unjust, unprecedented, unwarranted. All the uns we could find, we could apply it to this Calcutta 1 road. Powers that be, get something and pave. Pave it! I said, pave it! So I've actually been reminded it's about 4 years we've been doing this segment. So again, 4 years. So again, it's one where we hold the powers that be accountable, and we're just asking for a smooth road, and we want to travel safe on the gravel. That's all. Get something and pave. Calcutta, my goodness. Let's head across now to our health tip. Compliments Omega XL.
The Daily Health Tip, brought to you by Omega XL, where health is wealth. Imagine if simple daily habits could help turn back the clock on aging. Recent research suggests that combining omega-3 supplements, vitamin D, and regular exercise may do just that. In a study involving over 700 individuals aged 70 and above, participants who took 1 gram of omega-3 fatty acids daily experienced a slowdown in biological aging by 3 to 4 months. But the benefits didn't stop there. Adding 2,000 IU of vitamin D daily and engaging in 30 minutes of exercise 3 times a week amplified these effects. Those who combined all 3 interventions not only slowed their biological aging, but also reduced their risk of pre-frailty by 39% and invasive cancer by 61%. This means more energy, better mobility, and a stronger defense against some of the most serious health risks we face with age. It's not about reversing time, it's about thriving with it. A few simple choices, like adding an omega-3 supplement to your morning routine. Scientific research now proves what many have long believed. How we treat our bodies today shapes how we age tomorrow. With these 3 simple steps, you can redefine aging. It's no longer just about adding years to life, but life to your years. Imagine more clarity in thought, more stability in movement, and less risk of frailty. These aren't dreams of the future, they're choices of the present. Healthy aging isn't about perfection. It's about progress, joy, and the freedom to live with confidence and vitality. Embrace the power of daily wellness. Nourish your body, move your muscles, and step into a future that feels as good as it looks with the XL Health products. Always consult with a healthcare professional before starting any new supplement or exercise regimen. The Daily Health Tip, brought to you by Omega XL, where health is wealth.
That's right. Sincere thanks to the Omega XL team. Let's take that pause. We come back much more as we work our way to 8 o'clock. See you soon.
Have you ever experienced an unexpected power outage? The Office of Disaster Preparedness and Management has some important and simple tips to help you and your loved ones be better prepared for a power outage in the event of a disaster. 1. Ensure that you have candles and extra torchlights as alternate sources of lighting. 2. Keep fully charged power banks to recharge your devices. 3. Use hand-cranked radios to receive updates from official sources. 4. If possible, keep a power generator or AC inverter that can be connected to a car battery to use as an alternate source of power. 5. Ensure your grab-and-go bags and home emergency kits are packed and ready. The ODPM wants you and your loved ones to be better prepared. For more information, visit www.odpm.gov.tt. A message from the ODPM.
Southern food basket, quality food to fill your basket. it all at Southern Food Basket. Fresh goods on every aisle with best prices. For the best meats and market, high quality, yes. It's affordable, spacious, and customer friendly. From the farm to the cart to your plate, Southern Food Basket, good food at great prices. Come on home, everybody, don't you wait. Southern Food Basket's the best marketplace for you. Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket. Southern Food Basket. Quality food to fill your basket.
This is not a procedure. It's just a hard-working cream.
Revitalift Triple Power with pro-retinol, hyaluronic acid, and vitamin C visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens skin in 1 week.
Ladies, it's time to ask for more.
Revitalift Triple Power by L'Oreal Paris.
Attention all listeners, are you ready for the ultimate news experience? Introducing the Trinidad and Tobago Guardian, the nation's first and most subscribed newspaper. We deliver where others can't. With the widest delivery network in TNT, you can have the Guardian delivered right to your doorstep or office every single day. Take advantage of our special annual subscription offer so you can stay on top of the leading stories even when you're on the go. Sign up today. Time is running out. Inquire about our 3-month and 6-month packages as well.
Are you tired of the same old boring drive home from work?
Look no further.
Get ready for the ultimate after-work rush with Freedom 106.5 FM's The Overdrive with Davey. Mondays to Fridays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Let Davey take you on a thrilling ride of non-stop entertainment and education. He covers the topics of the day, delves into the latest food and lifestyle trends, and brings dynamic guests from exciting professions to share their professional stories and experiences. Take advantage of this energizing and engaging experience. Tune into Freedom 106.5 FM, Mondays to Fridays, 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the Overdrive with Davey, the ultimate way to end your day with a bang.
Calling all filmmakers, producers, content creators, influencers, and recording artists. If you're looking to rent a versatile studio space with green screen, video wall, cyclorama, and more, look no further. GM Labs is here to make your dreams a reality. Located in the heart of Port of Spain on St. Vincent Street, GM Labs is your one-stop shop for all your creative needs with over 2,800 square feet to work with. Take your creative concept to the final product at GM Labs. Give us a call or WhatsApp or message us on our Instagram and Facebook pages at GM Labs TT.
My good friend Yasha Mani joins me live on set, reggae artist. I don't even want to say local because reggae is international. And in that regard, Yasha Mani, I want to say many thanks for being here. Of course, we want to touch on some new music video.
Yes.
I know you're putting in the works. Even though I mightn't see every day, I know you're putting in the works.
King, yes, I am.
Blessings.
My brother, blessed love.
Tell me about the music video. I know it's for a song called Positive Mindset.
Yes. Looking at the way and the state of world affairs, we need to start to infiltrate with more positive music. Mm-hmm. And this song is entitled Positive Music. It gives persons an idea of how to feel good. Mm-hmm. So this video was launched on Reggaeville. It's one of the most international reggae platforms. Mm-hmm. And it's doing really well.
You know, I want to ask you, because I recognize reggae, and I'm glad that we started on that international tip. It seems to resonate more, for some reason, at this point in time, with the international markets. I'm looking at Summer Jam. I'm looking at all those major festivals that's going to come up in Europe.
This summer, yeah.
Thousands. I mean, Queen Omega is out there.
60,000.
Right.
I'm so proud of her. 60,000 plus.
And for some reason, locally, on the local tip, on the regional tip, where the reggae is literally, we are the source of the reggae. Yes, people coming out, but not in the numbers like we see in Europe. What do you think is causing the disparity?
I would say, one, the support on the airwaves, in terms of there are so many great reggae music, yet still they tend to play the same ones over and over. The interest is going. I mean, at the end of the day, we give homage to legends, but there are so many new artists with new vibes, you know, but they don't get the outlet, one, on the media. And I would say culturally, people of not the Caribbean descent, they love reggae. Africa loves it.
Yeah.
So it's not even about ethnicity. It's really about, I believe, culture. They love the roots. They love the foundation.
Fantastic. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
I know the July, August coming up. Europe will be lit with those reggae shows.
I'm trying to get my tippy toe in.
You gotta get in. You gotta get in. Well, I wanna
But it takes time, you know?
It takes time.
Yes.
I want to take in this song. It's called Last Call, and I have the microphone here, so this is for you.
Yes.
And then we come back and we touch base some more.
Yes,
Let's take it in Yashamani with Last Call, some reggae music on this Friday.
This one is the war. This one is the war of wars. This one is the war. This one is the war. Let's call Black Jerusalem. Your time has come. Get prepared. Let's call Black Jerusalem. Your time has come. Time has come. May heard of rumors of wars, seen of fake wars, but none of them like this one. This one is the war of wars. I see missiles fall from the sky, tears in them eyes. Why some of them have to die, while prisoners of war beg for them life. The innocent them shoot in search of Jah loot, Judah wait for Jah flute. I'm telling you the truth. Judah chosen is you. Me say, let's call Black Jerusalem. I'm calling. Your time has come. Get prepared. Let's call. Jerusalem.
For you, all are chosen ones.
This one is the war. This one is the war of wars. This one is the war. Hear this. Ancient prophecies, biblical revolution are real. Yeah. The Aini first got its deal. What is to be, got to be. In this world where illusion, it sometimes appears real. But say, innocent blood of his shirt, blood of his shirt. While Israel was, it fell, clearing the way for new Israel. That's why me I call you. Let's call Black Jerusalem. Your time has come. Get prepared. Let's go. Jerusalem. Listen. Yeah, this one is the war. This one is the war of wars. This one is the war.
The war within the mind.
This one is the war.
The war amongst others.
This one is the war of war. This one is the war.
It's time to live in unity.
Let's call Black Jerusalem. Your time has come. Get prepared. Let's call. Jerusalem.
Yashamani tune. I will stay with me. I want to take a quick pause and we come back to officially wrap things up. Last call. We get you some details as to where to find the music and where to find Yashamani when we come back. See you soon.
It is time for unity.
Things don't always go as expected. Be ready with Trinry for auto, home, business and group life. Call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Huge insurance premium. Pay your premiums bit by bit with FlexiPay from Trinry. For more manageable auto, home and commercial insurance payments, call us at 800-TRIN or visit trinry.com today. Trinry. Premier insurance coverage for less.
Welcome to Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
Do enjoy, Stacey. You want some coffee?
Can I have the
Perfect then.
That's exactly what we need.
Hey, the pool is this way.
Whatever you're here for, we're here for you. Stay smart at the Holiday Inn Express and Suites.
When I am with my friends and those pains that knock me down arrive, I take Panadol Ultra because it relieves fast 5 types of tough pain and it does not irritate the stomach. That's why my choice is always Panadol Ultra to feel relief quickly and enjoy every second. Panadol, release starts here.
Recession have you down? Don't lose hope. Head on down to Tire Clinic for the recession deals. Big savings with our road hazard warranty on Dunlop, Tommy Falcon tires. Available at Tire Clinic, Cuba, Chaguanas, and Pleasance Park. Tire Clinic, a tire for every need. Call 636-8973 or 636-2958.
Yashamani, I want to find out in terms of finding you, and I heard you're having a concert soon, right?
Yes. You can find me on Facebook, Yashamani, Yashamani. I'm going to be performing live at this concert called Ever Blessed. It's going to feature Rima out of US Virgin Islands. So if you want to check Yashamani out, I'm going to be performing alongside major artists, Miracle, Daniel Bless, many others as well, you know, Royal Dainty, and Rima is an international artist. Come support me as well. So, you know, look out for information on my page, Instagram, Yashamani.
Yashamani, bless.
My brother.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
Have a great
Much love to all my supporters as well. I love you.
Indeed. Have a safe one. God spare. We're back for more next week.
Morning Brew is brought to you by Omega XL. Live long, stay strong.
The views and opinions expressed in the following program are not necessarily those of CNC3.
I thought I was feeling fine and, you know, I didn't really need to use it because I really was feeling a whole lot better. And I